Hello, my name is Eric Olson, Director of Helps Law Firm. Welcome to our YouTube page. This video is going to address the question when a senior has a car payment that they can't afford to pay. It's not unusual for a senior's income to go down for different reasons. Perhaps a spouse passed away, perhaps they got into a car payment, they finally discovered that it's just too unaffordable. What can they do? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You can stop making the payment and let the car go back. This video will explain why that is not a problem. When you bought the car, the contract has a provision in it that provides for situations when a person can't make a car and what happens. So you don't have to make a car payment that you can't afford to pay. You can stop making the payment. And often that is the most wise decision to make. It can free up a lot of money for basic needs like food, medicine, and there's other options for transportation that we'll touch on or have links in our YouTube page later on. So when you stop making a payment on a car, what happens? Well, usually it will take a minimum of 30 days or 60 days and even a longer for a lender to get serious about repossessing the car. Now, what happens when that happens? They can send someone by to your place to either take the car, drive it away. Sometimes they'll hook up to it and drive it away. You don't need to worry about that. Cars get towed all the time for mechanical issues. You shouldn't be embarrassed. That happens. They can't break the law to repossess the car. They can't ask you, if you're in the car, they can't ask you to get out of it. They can't ask you to open the garage door to get the car out of there. It has to be on a public place where they can have access to it or on your driveway. But eventually the car is going to go back. Now, when the car goes back, the lender will schedule a sale, usually be a public sale, often at an auto auction. And it's very common for a car to be sold for less than what you owe on the car. Now, the difference between what you owe on the car and what the car is sold for is called a deficiency. And it means that there's a certain amount of money that's deficient. There wasn't enough from the sale to pay the car loan. So eventually you can expect to get a letter in the mail called a notice of deficiency and asking you to pay that difference. You don't have to pay it. The letter will say that they want the money, but you don't have to pay it. And why is that? Well, seniors need to know that their income is protected. Social Security, pension, disability, and VA benefits. It can't be taken from them. And there are means by which they can be protected from collectors bothering them. Now, if there is a deficiency, what is the lender's option? Well, theoretically, the lender could file a lawsuit. But once again, that's meaningless for a senior because their income is protected. And my experience in 40 years in this work is that it's probably unlikely that you'll be sued. Because especially if a senior knows that your income is Social Security, pension, or disability, they know they can't collect on it. It costs money for them to sue, and they just won't bother with it. But if they do sue, once again, you don't have anything to worry about because they can't do anything to you. Finally, what happens if you have to let a car go back? What can you do about substitute transportation? A lot of seniors find that they have to have transportation, but they simply can't afford the car payment. Well, if you don't have another car or you can't access easily another transportation, we've got a great video that we'll have a link to on our YouTube page here on seniors and affordable transportation. The bottom line is we want you to understand that if you've got a car payment that you can't afford, you can let the car go back. And the lender cannot take your income to pay for the difference between what they sell the car for and what you owe. And you don't need to worry about that. And also that there's means to stop a lender or a collector from harassing you or sending you demand letters to try to get you to pay that difference. So there's some links at the bottom that explains what your options are and how your income is protected. Please look at those. And we want you to know that you're going to be okay. You have nothing to worry about. And if you have any questions, you can always call Helps. Our number's below. We never turn any senior away that calls us with questions. And we want you to know that you'll be fine. And have a great day.